Cool. It's going to be about an hour. It's going to be very relaxed, very chilled out. Okay, nothing too serious. What we're going to do is look at how you can tap in essentially to the world's greatest lead generation tool. That's what it is. Not since Google in the old days where you could, as we did, put up 20 websites a day. We had about 1,800 websites, taking £1 a day off it. Amazing. Not since then, which we can't do anymore. Has the internet really been as interesting as it is now? But what I would like to do is just hear your name so I kind of know who you are really. Just very quickly, because we're short on time. So what your name is and what your interest is in Facebook, I suppose. Just a very quick introduction. Yes, lady.
My name is Didi, and I think at the moment it's just social, I'm using social media.
Okay, do you have a business?
Not quite.
No problem, okay. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Crystal, I'm in marketing customers, particularly for Facebook. Kind of a wide picture really in terms of my whole sales model, but conversion essentially.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool. Yes, sir.
My name's Ian, and my primary focus on Facebook at the moment is understanding the metrics.
The metrics, how to make money, to use the metrics to make money? Use the
Well,
metrics to get leads?
Yeah, when you look at all the stats behind it, you've got cost per blah blah blah, and then
Okay.
try to make a significant return on your capital.
Okay, do you have a business? Okay, cool. Where should we go? Gentleman there, yes.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
My name's Ryan.
Hi.
I just want to learn more about Facebook. So I don't know anything about social media,
Okay.
so I'm just starting to ground zero.
Cool, you have a business?
Probably starting with property business, looking at the property business.
Cool, should we take over? Yes, sir.
Hi, Nick. Yes, so I'm interested in how to leverage the use of Facebook. Kind of partly here on behalf of my brother, because he's got a business which has got a presence on Facebook, but
Okay.
at the moment toyed with the promotion and the advertising, but it hasn't really come about or anything.
So you're there by surrogate? Okay, cool. Thank you. What's your name? Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Chaz. I'm a property investor, but I also have a online business, and we want to utilise Facebook to convert.
Happy days, yes, okay. Yes, sir.
I'm John, I'm also a property investor, and I think I've come to despise Facebook, but see it as a necessary evil.
I'm not really a techie, I'm more of a tree.
So I've got properties that I'm paying £1,000 to agents, and I want to use Facebook marketing to cut that out to a complete, if not large extent. So there's a real financial incentive in making
So to
Facebook
get
work.
tenants?
I do short-term overnight accommodation.
Okay, all right, like Airbnb?
And Booking.com.
Right, okay, cool, thank you. Yes, sir.
My name's Tony. Day job is public relations, and I've also been managing Facebook ads for some friends and family members. So I think used to the platform over the last couple of years. So
Cool, thank you. Would you like some more pizza? Actually, no, great for you. Yes.
James, affiliate marketer. At the moment, sold traffic sources, sale ads, so looking at that as lead generation, as well as also redirection to the product.
Okay, cool, yes, thank you.
Amit, I'm looking to get into dropshipping, so I'm trying to find the best way to get traffic basically that way. So.
Okay, all right, cool, thank you guys.
Hi, I'm Steph. I'm an artist and maker, and I'm just looking how to create leads and just understand Facebook a bit better.
And what are you selling?
I'm
Paintings, sculptures?
Dining ware, so
You've guessed that. All right, cool. Yes.
Michael, I'm looking to kind of see how you can use Facebook more from a business perspective.
Okay.
Because I've always seen it as kind of like an individual point of view. So.
And do you have a business?
No, I don't. Well, I'm dreaming.
You're dreaming?
Yeah.
Okay, you're a dreamer. Okay. Don't drink for too long.
Yeah.
You're as old as I am. I'm really old. Yes.
My name's Anika. I work for a company called Barclay Homes. I'm interested in creating my own business. So I just like to know how to use Facebook as a whole. Just to, I don't know,
As a whole, that's a bit general.
Yeah, I don't really use Facebook at all, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you want leads?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Hi, my name's Anita. I'm just starting out in property investment myself. Only using Facebook for social media purposes and just trying to find out how you can use it for marketing.
And what do you want to find?
yeah, generate leads and things like that.
For
Tenants. Yeah.
okay. Yes, so, my name's Grant. I'm an international coach, speaker, and radio show host. Serial networker, but face to face. So I've been asked to expand my network and get more ideas about Facebook. And also, I know, like, and trust Chris, so that's really a good picture I know of.
All right, cool. Thank you very much. Yes, are you feeling better now?
Yeah, I feel better.
Cool. Okay.
Chef Kengill, company's name Organisational Rescue. I help small companies sort their systems out and help them stabilise their situation, and I'm basically looking for leads on Facebook.
Sure, thank you. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
I will talk to you then. Hello. Hello.
Kasia, I want to know more about Facebook and use Facebook to expand as a creative sewing school for more leads of people interested to learn how to sew. Because I want to because I'm teaching already at the university and I've got lots of students, but I want to expand more globally with a very niche market of teaching leather tailoring.
Okay.
So I want to do I'm in the middle of making my website as a membership site to basically get the leads with people being interested.
Done that website. Yes, okay, that's cool, thank you. Am I allowed to talk to you?
Yes, my name is Nal. I'm here to learn how to leverage Facebook to create, obviously to create brand and be more visible online and obviously make some change.
And what do you do?
Online business, which is dropshipping and then
Dropshipping.
Yeah.
Cool, okay, all right, cool. Okay, cool, it's just good to know what you do. This is very relaxed. If you've got any questions, shout them out and we'll kind of cover them if you like. So I work with John over there. 100 kPa, I love a laser, as he'll tell you. So 100 kPa on the right hand side. So we help businesses get from where they are to 100,000, basically. That's the kind of mark that we go for. I also run something in the more spiritual world that I've been involved in many, many years, which is that one which I'm going to take you through tonight, which kind of is a fledgling online business. So I think it might help you understand. I kind of really started focusing in January, and so I'll take you through that. The goal is to really help you understand that there are steps, there are systems and processes, and that it's unlimited. At the minute I advertise into India, Australia, New Zealand, America, UK, obviously, and I'm speaking English really, who can buy something. And there are systems and processes, and that Facebook is by far the most natural way to sell online that's ever existed. Okay? The beauty of Facebook is that it's natural selling. Okay, it's the processes, the way the coding is, and actually, and I'm not a techie. I mean, other people tell you I go and hug a tree rather than look at a computer, but I do recognise what Facebook does, so that's why I do it essentially. So a little bit about me. So I essentially in 1997 started online business, and that's when this started. So when the internet was kind of born, if you like, a little bit before that. So I learned how to build websites. Holy crap! People came through the door. It was like a revelation. And since then, I've been following this, essentially, so it was before social media. But the truth is the business has changed forever. It absolutely has. And it is about recognising that, we started off with the printing press, then we went to this, and actually I looked at the stats on my leads that I get for my fledgling business that I'm going to go through, and 92% of them came from mobile. So if you're not thinking of mobile in your advertising, that's what I say, mobile first. Okay, Facebook is a mobile platform. It's more or less a video platform also. Okay, so that's what you need to think about. You need to think mobile. So who recognises that this is happening, has happened? Yeah, and it's getting quicker. And that's a beautiful thing, because it means that you can jump on board. There has never been a time where it's easier. Is that working? No. Oh, excuse me. Let's have a look. Bear with me a second. Okay, no, they haven't turned the electric on. There you go. That's fine. Yep. So the truth is, in today's fast-changing world, it's not so much what you know anymore that counts. It's truly not. We work with businesses, and we spend up to £3,000 a day on advertising. Some we spend £2. But the point is that they've all jumped on board. Okay, they've all recognised that it is now a global market, because often what you know is old. What I know right now is old. It really is. However, I don't want to explode my brain, and what I do works, so I'm kind of sticking with that for now. It's how fast you learn, and I hope that you see what we're talking today as a life skill. It's a life skill. It's not like a marketing thing. It's a life skill. If you can create a business all day, every day. Hello, we didn't talk to you, did we? No, we didn't. Can we talk to you? What's your name? Okay, hi. And what are you interested in the Facebook stuff? Just quickly, so I can cover it. New tips. On lead, you've got a business?
Yeah, I work in marketing.
You worked in marketing. Oh, you should be up here then. Okay, right. Cool. All right, swap over later on. Okay, so I think I would really like you to think of this as a life skill. Okay, it's something I am going to offer you something later on, which is to do it for you, to work with you, because that's what we do. But even if you don't do it, think of this as a life skill. As soon as you know how to do this, you can create a business. I can get a website up, drive traffic to it, and make money within weeks. The issue a lot of people have is they're very caught on the business that it's got to be. And I know you love your businesses and you love doing what you're doing, all that kind of stuff. But what I'd like you to do is kind of expand your mind a little bit and think about 3 degrees to the right, 3 degrees to the left of what you're doing right now. Is there a market? There is. And that's often where there's more money, actually. So we'll get into that a little bit later on. So why do people fail? They're just scared, really. They're scared of failing. The amount of businesses that, when I talk to them, they start off and ask them if they've got an advertising budget. What percentage do you think have an advertising budget of people that I work with? I'm not talking large multi-corporations, but what percentage? How many?
5.
Yeah, it's about right. Psychic. About 5% of people have a budget. It's crazy, isn't it? So if you ever look back on your business and thought, right, I'm going to start a business, I'm not going to put any money into investing, knock the hell out of yourself, because that's madness. Most people are a fear of investing in Facebook. Has anyone done Facebook marketing? Yeah? Made money, lost money? Don't know. Didn't track it. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, cool. Well, you can guarantee to make money when you know what you're doing. Okay, it's a bit like Forex, I suppose, or in property investment, whatever it is. There is a way. So don't be scared. Okay, do not be scared of this. It's something when you know how to do it that you can scale up. So what I wanted to do very quickly, if we can, is just make a list of anything specific you want to know. Just take a minute out. Is there anything specific that you'd like to know out of tonight? Is it, we'll put leads here because that got mentioned. I can't write very well, by the way. Yes, sir.
Should you point people to your page, or should you point them to a group?
Okay, landing page or group? Well, the answer is landing page, but we'll talk about that. Yep.
Exactly how does a Facebook pixel work?
Exactly how what, sorry?
Facebook pixel.
Pixel. Sure.
And I've got a little supplementary. How do I avoid coming across that pixel completely whenever I do anything in Facebook? It's too complicated, and I avoid it.
What, in your no. Give up. Anything else? Pixel, so kind of pixel tracking, maybe? Anything else? No other burning questions?
Managing a campaign.
In terms of?
Do you do an ad a week, or what's the frequency of adverts?
We can't do, mate. We'll touch on them. See if we can. Anything else?
Keeping cost down.
Okay, it's not what you spend, it's how much you make. So so you're talking about return on investment. Yeah, yes.
You have to decide for the results of your campaign.
Okay. All right, yeah, okay.
How can I keep it simple and make it a habit?
Well, you let the automation do the work. So, because no, we're not talking about social media. Hate social media. If you look at my phone, which isn't there, there's not Facebook. I took Facebook off my phone. Just bores the crap out of me. Took Twitter off my phone. I'm not into social media. It's lead generation. Two totally different things. Now, around the side of that, you might do some social media, do some posting, yeah, for social proof, but we're talking about lead generation rather than. So no, you don't have to post. A company I did some work for does £3-4 million a year. They do not do social media, but we just ran their Facebook campaigns and spent £3,000 a day on Facebook. Yeah. So this is not social media. So what I want you to do is try and remove the overwhelm. Yeah. This is about targeted advertising, measured, Understanding your goals so you get a good return on your investment. That's what it's about. Happy days. Okay, cool. All right, so I do not want to teach you to suck eggs, but I may be, which is Marketing Business 101. And this is directly related to your ability to get leads and convert them, which is you need to find a hungry market, find out what they want and sell it to them. It's pretty tricky, I know, but that's what you need to do. And people buy from people they know, like, and trust, as this gentleman here said, you're here because of Christian. Okay, so this is the whole point of your Facebook marketing. It's just that. You need to be able to identify a hungry market. You need to be able to have something they want, get them to know, like, and trust you, and then offer it to them. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Okay, cool. Any questions so far? No? Okay, excellent. So what you also need is a value proposition. So you must create something that is unique. You must try and understand that whatever you do has to have some kind of unique twist. There has to be a value proposition placed in front of the audience, and that's where writing the right adverts, understanding the right videos, understanding your customer avatar. Does anybody understand what a customer avatar is? Yeah, could you put your hand up and just see who doesn't? Customer avatar, cool, thank you very much. Customer avatar is a profile of the audience. You need that profile to be able to target them. Yeah, you need to understand who you're targeting. And this is really important. In the absence of value, who goes to pound? Is it Pound Stretchers, Poundland? Can't remember, whatever it is, yeah? Yeah. In the absence of value, everyone buys on price. You want to be the cheapest chips, that's when you don't tell people what your value is. And when you don't tell people, I haven't got it in here, but when you don't tell people what your why is, they'll think you're trying to you're in it for the money. So you've got to be able to tell stories. I mean, the reason I got into advertising was I used to run a therapy centre into natural healing, all that kind of stuff, love all that kind of stuff. Had a therapy centre, doing really well, doing websites for the 30 or so practitioners, doing lots of advertising online, working really well in 97, 98. When we got to kind of like 2005, we stuck the rent up to about 47 grand a year in Hitchin. You know, I'm going to point that way to Hitchin, but I'm not sure if it is. But I think it north's that way. So to Hitchin, stuck the rent up, and essentially I was in a pub and I had about 13p in coppers literally in my pocket. 3 kids, wanted a Coke, couldn't buy them one because I had to give all my money to the rent man. Eventually I had to sell my house and pay the guy. So I was gutted. You ever had the occasion where the world drops out of your, or you know, the energy drops out of your world? Well, that's exactly what it was like. And from that point, I knew I could make websites. I knew I could do that. Shut the centre, went online. Yeah, and now I know I can have an idea, build a business, and make money online because I have the skill. And I'm not a brain surgeon. Okay, so that's why I do it. I also do it for the money. I've got kids, hey, and all the rest of it, and it's fun. So the real question is, who are you selling to? You might want to write these down. Too many people don't know this. Who are you selling to? Specifically, are they a really hungry buyer? I mean, are they really hungry for what you've got? Do they really want it? Are they bothered if they don't have it? And why? Why are they a hungry buyer? You're better off having 100 hungry buyers than 1 million people who don't give a damn about what you're doing. You really are. That's why email lists, all the stuff we may touch on, you better have 200, 300 really loyal subscribers than you are a huge email list. Okay, does that make sense? You must be able to identify the hungry market. It's so niche. So in terms of property rental, we did rental, some ads for people in Wales. They had a kind of holiday cottage, and we found out that people really like to walk their dogs. So we targeted people with dogs. Now, they didn't want to do that originally, but now they're full. So you've just got to find people that want to buy your stuff. Yeah, and the key is that it might not be the people that you think it is. It's almost like you've got to be a bit egoless about it. Go, you know what? Actually, maybe this isn't quite what I thought it would be, but actually this is where the money is. Okay, so it's all about the data. So I'm going to take you through my business. So I love this weird, wonderful world of spirituality. Always have done, always will do. And so I've written 3 or 4 books on the subject. I kind of run a national campaign on it, all that kind of stuff. And this is an advert. I'm just going to take you through my adverts. So this is an advert that we put to Facebook. As I say, most of my adverts come from mobile. This isn't a mobile one. Essentially, I'm offering a book download as the top of my sales funnel. Does everyone understand what a sales funnel is? Yeah, you identify a lot of people at the top and then you hone them down. So I advertise to about 1.5 million people in this field, yeah, with my book. I then send them to my website. Again, you can just translate your stuff in the same way, and I do a podcast, okay? And the podcast I do doesn't have many followers, but it doesn't matter. Because when I send them here, this one here, converts at about between 40 and 60% of people who land on this website get that. It's got up to 87 at one point. And that's because we do split testing, we'll talk about that later. And it's because they're a hungry market. That's why. And then from there, so that's what I get. I spend $126, that's 100 quid a month, and I get 194 leads a month for that. Yeah, which is pretty good by any standards. Now, if your business model is, say like Christians or whatever, that's not going to happen. But it's possible, and that will go up to 1,000 too, because my audience is massive. So you can get leads when you position yourself right, when you put yourself in front of hungry buyers, and when you position yourself as the expert. So who here has written a book? John, put your hand up. John's written a book. Who's written a book? Yeah? You should all write a book. You really should. The 10 steps to, yeah, the 9 principle of, write a book. Because we all think, for whatever reason, people who write books, that's a story I wrote, if you like, rather than a technical manual, but you should all write a book about your experience, about your lessons, whatever it would be. It's not difficult. You can get one cracked out in 6 weeks. Get somebody else to write one for you, if it's a technical thing. Honestly, it's a big wide world out there. People willing to create things for you at very cheap prices, people, skills that you just don't have. You know, you need to get a book. I would suggest, if you haven't already, get it out there. Get onto Fiverr.com. Who's heard of that? Fiverr.com. Get a nice thing, nice cover. Within 6 weeks, you'll have a book. Give it away. Get people to know, like, and trust you through the book. Yeah. So I'm going to take you through some stepping stones. So that's one of the businesses that I'm involved in. I'm also involved in the one with John, 100K. But the stepping stones are, you need a USP and a model. And by a model, what I mean is you need to be able to ramp it up. So if you had a property, for instance, you'd need eventually more than one. Yeah? If you had a book, you might need an online course. You know, you've got to be able to ramp it up. If you're in the UK, you might want to go over and advertise in Australia. And your model has to fit it. You have to be able to ramp otherwise it's one-to-one. Yeah, one-to-one, that model is dead. So the next one, you create your Facebook ads, just like I showed you. I'm not a brain surgeon. Create a Facebook ad based on the market, based on what your market wants. Who thinks that the advert in Facebook is anything to do with you, the business owner? You're right. It's not. It's got absolutely sweet FA to do with you. It's all about the person receiving. Yeah, it's all about the person receiving. That's why you've got to know what your model is and who you're advertising to. So you do a landing page, you split test, or you test one page against another, see which one works. You build your list. People might say that email marketing is dead. It's not. Email is still the most effective form of marketing, one of them, as a backup to things like Facebook. Yeah, but you do have to tie it in with the amount of emails that you send. How many emails do people get a day?
100.
It's about 140 actually, something like that. Yeah, so if I say to people, if we're coaching them, or if they do Facebook ads or whatever, why don't you send an email out a week? They're going, oh, I don't want to spam them, man. It's like you're going up against 980 other emails. Like, you should be emailing more. Yeah, one a day if they sign up. One a day for 10 days. Bring them in. Bring them in, educate them, talk to them. So you build your list. You do an offer, you do an offer. You might split test the amount of money. Will they pay £10 for this or £5 for this? Will they pay 100 or 200? Will they pay 1,000 or 5,000? You don't know. If you come from a place of innocence, sounds very spiritual, I know, but come from a place of innocence about your product, because in your head you think it's worth something, don't you? You kind of got an idea of what it is, but you don't really know. It could be worth a lot more, and if you're not selling anything, you might not have positioned it right, or actually maybe it's in the market worth less. So come from a place of openness and optimism. It's probably worth more than you think it is, in all honesty. And then you build your profits. And that is something that you can do time and time and time and time again when you know how to do it. So we just created a new product called the Podcast Profits Formula. Love that name. And that's all about podcasting, and I'm going to sell that online. I got somebody else to write the content based around what I wanted. Yeah, I got somebody else to put that content online. I built the website, and now I'm going to go on Facebook and sell it. And I had that idea 3 weeks ago. Yeah? So once you know this, that's what I'm saying, think about a life skill. Once you know this, then, or you get somebody else to do it, then it can work incredibly well. So what I've done is come up with a formula, and I'm going to take you through this formula step by step. If you can do this, and then we're going to pull a couple of bits out and give you some training on it. So you must understand the purpose. We'll come back to results. Who mentioned about results? What results you get? You've got to understand the purpose of your campaign. So Facebook offers things like conversions, brand awareness, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah? Chris, can I grab a glass of water? It's all right. What you want to do, strangely enough, is pick the one closest to what you want to achieve. It's amazing the amount of people that don't do that. Yeah? So if you want leads, then you need to pick something like conversions. If you want sales, that's a conversion. If you want to be more known in the local area, brand awareness. Thank you so much. So have a look at all the different options that Facebook has and choose the one closest to your objective. That will then get you the results that you want. Facebook, and I know this is teaching you to suck eggs, but Facebook is a computer. Right? And your job is to train the computer to do what you want it to do. That's all. You say, I want this result, and you tell it that's what you want, and it goes out and it tries to do it. That's why Facebook overtook Google in terms of paid traffic. Yeah, so you must understand the purpose of what you're doing. You must have a plan. Okay, you must know step by step the process in the sales funnel, what's going to happen. You must know the people that you're going to be selling to. You must be able to, as I say here, program the computer to get it to do the stuff that you want. And then you need to know that you can make a profit, and you need to know that you can make some money. You need to throw away the first 100 quid that you put into Facebook. Just let it go, because you're just testing the market. First 100 quid. If it's a huge market, it might be more, but that's fine because you're going to get it back later on. So don't be scared to invest. You can get started as little as £2 a day. You really can. So, well, that seems right, doesn't it? So, what we're going to do is we've got the perfect purpose business system. You need to understand what you're doing. Is it page likes? Is it leads? Is it conversions? What is it? And then you need to plan that into your business. You need to, there are 3 types of traffic I'm going to show you later on. There's hot, cold, and warm traffic, and you need to know the difference between them. You need to understand how to pull out the data of Facebook Insights so that you're targeting exactly the right people. You need to be able to program it, and what we do is we do a video and then 2 retargeting ads. That's the system, and it works. I'm not sure I can show you. I was planning to show you all the accounts that we manage. There's about 60 of them. I'm not sure I can do it on there and get it up there. But essentially, this system is something we apply to everybody. Okay, an informational video and then 2 retargeting ads. It will work. Profit, you've got to know how to make it risk-free. Yeah, does that all make sense? Yeah, is anyone feeling overwhelmed yet? No? Hands up if you're feeling overwhelmed. Be honest, honestly, no? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out bits out of here, yeah, and help you understand them. So we move on to here. So essentially what we're going to try and do is help you understand how to create a couple of 100 leads a month, how to use your website to gain leads. That's actually the sign-up form that we use, okay? There's nothing fancy about it. Has anyone heard of Aweber? Yeah, Internet Market, that's an Aweber form. This here is something called Lead Pages. Has anyone heard of Lead Pages? Okay, that's Lead Pages. And this is a WordPress website. Who's heard of WordPress? Cool, okay, great. So we're in the ballpark, yeah? So from there, they then go to here. So think of this as my sales funnel in this business. I'm online, I write a book, I position myself, I send them to my website, they download it, and then they go to here. Because what I need them to do is to know, like, and trust me. So they've got to meet me, so I meet them online. So why don't you come and meet me online? You can all do this in your business. Come and talk to me online. We use Zoom. Anyone heard of that? It's free of charge. We got a paid one. We use Zoom. Come and meet me online. We meet on a Monday evening, and I have people from, the last one was from New York, Los Angeles, Germany, Denmark, UK, and Australia, one from New Zealand. Yeah? So it gives you the freedom to really advertise out, and it opens up new opportunities that you simply didn't know were there. And it always amazes me. So from there, so again, translate this into your business. You do an advert, they go onto your website for some reason, you introduce them to yourself because you've written a book, they download the book, then you ask them to meet you. And this is lead pages. Okay, from there, then we put them into a conference as well, and started this in January more or less, already in profit, and now got online training and various other bits and pieces going. So this is something that you can do, whether it's sewing, whether it's property, whether it doesn't matter what it is, the steps are clear, which is you target the market, create the advert. From there, you then send them down your sales funnel. Has anyone got anything, a set sales funnel in their business yet? You have? Cool. What are you, you're an affiliate marketer for which? Lots? Okay. Huh? Okay. Cool. Big market. Big market. Okay, cool. So what you need to think about is that it's a step-by-step process. Okay. So this is where we split test. We've got about 80 pages right now. In a minute, we're split testing all these. So some of these are conversions. And our goal is to get a good conversion rate for cold traffic straight off Facebook. We just start with 10%. You get 10% of people sign up at a good rate, and then we can sell them something. We're likely to make money. Okay? So this one's not quite there, but we just keep increasing, and that's what we do. And that's lead pages. Okay, it's lead pages. You keep split testing. Because what you recognize is you don't know what works in the market. We were selling golf and cruise holidays, and we had one button that was red and one button that was yellow, and the red one, nobody signed up, and the yellow one, 30% signed up. I thought it was going to be the other way on, but who knew?
With the split testing, so you get lucky the very first time.
Yeah, can do.
Would you bother split testing on that one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. The rule with Facebook is if it's working, don't fiddle with it, right? Because it's a temperamental little toad. So you don't fiddle with it, but yeah, you might hit it just straight out the gate, but yeah, you just keep split testing. You're likely to not do as well on the second one, but it depends if you're making money. So
do you,
yes.
Do you create two separate pages?
Multiple pages.
Multiple pages.
Depends on your budget. Yeah. Say you're spending 10 quid a day, for example. You would make maybe two or three pages. Lead pages, actively as the program, it just shows 33.3% to 100 people coming through, and you'll then see exactly which one converts better. Yeah? So it's all about the data. It's all about the data. It's not about your emotions, it's about the data. And the key is to be able to put this together. So what I want to do is give you an exercise out of the advert lead generator, which is all about how to create adverts, blog posts, anything you need online can be taken out of this. And I'm just going to talk it through, and then I'd like you to actually do the exercise, and maybe we'll pull somebody up. Have we got time for that, Chris, to pull somebody up? Okay, cool. So why do people buy? Why do people buy stuff?
Because they have a need.
Have a need. So they're here, and your job is to get them, to here. Or, yep, so that's it. And the further away from where they are, the more money they'll pay you, or the bigger the pain. That makes sense? So your job is to articulate that in the advert. Your job is to articulate that in the blog post. I mean, we don't blog, do we, John? We do not blog. Can we be bothered to blog? Not really. So you don't have to blog. What you've got to do, but in the stuff you do, you've got to articulate the before and after as best you possibly can. Does that make sense? So, for instance, What does your prospect have in the before state? They might have confusion about where to stay. You know, they might have an emotional state. They might have something. They might have an old car and they want a new car. Okay, they have something, don't they, in their life? Yeah, they might have a need to be taught how to sew, whatever it is. Yeah, and what do they have after? They have the ability to do whatever it is they want to do. Okay. So the next one, how do they feel? They might feel confused, upset. They might feel as though their life's not heading in the right direction. They might feel as though they can't achieve their life goals. Or they're what?
They can panic.
Or panicked. Whatever, it doesn't matter what it is, but they have a feeling. So what is it they feel before, and then what is it they feel afterwards? They feel relieved. They feel as though their life's back on track. They feel as though they're now brave, that they now don't have their headache, whatever it is. What's their average day? Do they wake up feeling amazing? Or do they actually wake up feeling pretty rough and confused? Do they look in the mirror and go, oh my God, just the same old person, not getting the stuff they want out of their life, blah, blah. Afterwards, how do they feel? They might get up in the morning and feel amazing, as though they've actually got a sense of direction in their life, that their life means something. Yeah? We're constantly articulating the before and the after, and what's their status? So say it's a mother who was stressing about bathing their child or something, I don't know. So she felt as though she was a failed mother. Yeah? Afterwards, she might feel like a super mum. Yeah? She might feel confident, that's what it might be. So write this down, and then we're going to go through one, because this forms the basis of every single advert that you'll write. Yeah? It forms the basis of all your blog posts and everything else. So you don't know it yet, but it's helpful. Grab a piece of paper. Think about your market, or what you're selling, or what you could be selling. I mean, maybe in terms of holiday bookings and things, I know I get online, I get totally confused about it, you know. So actually something that will take me from there to actually this is easy. What is it that you're selling?
So coaching, effectively.
Coaching, okay. Specifically to which market?
To small to medium-sized businesses.
And what are they?
Been around for about 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
Got some level of success, not exactly the success they want.
Okay. And but what is it? Any business or?
Yeah, literally. I can reach it, but to be honest, my mind is very, very diverse.
Do you not want to niche it?
Not particularly.
Okay.
I love the variation.
The thing about Facebook is you'll have to niche something.
Then I can.
Happy days. Cool. Okay, so what have you done something? Who wants to shout out? So what business you're in, and just shout out the before and the after. Right now, you don't know how important this is. If you can nail this and keep working at it, you'll never have to pay a copywriter ever again. Property people, that's an interesting one. What have you got?
David, what's the status? What's that mean?
Status is how they regard themselves.
Oh, okay, they're
So, failed business owner, successful superstar. Yeah. Yes?
I sell something in the skincare range.
Okay,
So,
all right.
before it's like dull white skin, and afterwards it's youthful beauty.
All right, okay, cool. So what do they have? They have dull, lifeless skin, making them look older than they are. Afterwards, they have the glow of youth, whatever it is, yeah? And how do they feel before? Before they have your product, how do they feel? How do they feel? Like shit. They feel like shit, yeah. Well, yeah, but that's interesting, is because people buy through emotions. So that's really important. How do they feel? They might feel as though their life's slipping away. They might feel as though that their youth is escaping via the back door and they haven't achieved the things they want to achieve. Yeah? Yeah? So, you know, the more emotive you can be, you can tell I need some skincare, can't you? The more emotive you can be, the better. Yeah, how do they feel? How do they feel afterwards? They feel more confident. They feel more able to step out in the morning, to go out with their friends, to be able to attract the partner. Maybe is the market you're looking at, maybe people who might be divorced, a bit older maybe. Now, who knows? You can segment those out, yeah? So their average day, what's that? What have you got? Have you got anything there? All right, cool. So the average day might be that they wake up, look in the mirror, and are fed up, disgusted with age, and hate old man time, or whatever. You know, so you build that out. Yeah. The average day, the next time, is they look forward to looking in the mirror. For the first time in years, they look forward to looking in the mirror and feeling great and great again. Yeah. So you build it up. Their status. Yeah. Is it women generally? Old. Yeah. Their status is a person who feels past their prime. Yeah? Their status afterwards is a person who feels full of vigour. Yeah? So you start to build these up more and more and more. Yeah? So once you build up the emotional states and once you begin to let people know and be able to build that picture for them, what happens is they start to buy in. The more they buy in, the more they buy, basically. Anybody else? Does that make sense to people? Yeah? Yes, sir.
It makes sense, but it's quite demanding, I'm finding. So if I'm looking for somebody, if somebody's looking for accommodation,
yes.
What do they have? They have a problem of where to stay.
Well, they have
that's kind of negative. They don't have it.
Yeah. No, what they have is
negative.
They have deep confusion and a fear of wasting money. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just
that's
go
the
around.
feeling. That's the feeling. The feeling
Sure.
is concern or uncertainty, worried about their budget before.
Sure. Well, let's go through it step by step. Okay. So, what do you have before you have a desire? Right, it's a feeling, but you could say they have a desire to provide the best holiday possible in the nicest place at the budget that they can afford and exceed their partner's.
Could we get an example, do you think?
Sure.
I've got some people checking in tomorrow. They're coming up for 3 days from Cornwall. It's a surprise 50, if I understand.
Okay.
To Leighton Buzzard, and they're checking in.
Cornwall to Leighton Buzzard? Isn't it?
3 nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all I know is they're coming from a medical practice.
Sure.
That's all I know about it.
Yeah.
So, which is quite good because it's a special occasion.
Okay.
So they've got a need to make it go beforehand. They've got a need to make it special.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you could target people who are just coming up to the special birthdays. We're doing this in weight loss and all that kind of stuff.
I'm thinking
not for me.
I'm thinking about specific guests with a specific need. Every guest has a different need.
Yeah, you just need to identify. They have they have a need to make it the most special occasion possible. You know, to surprise. That's what they have. They have that within them. They might feel confused about the right place to go, that they can't trust when they get there it's going to be set up properly or clean or whatever it is. The average day they might, do they wake up with a special, waking up's always good, with a special, wanting to surprise their partner or whoever it is, but concerned about what place to book. Who goes on the booking websites? I'm going to do it soon for my holiday. Who goes on the websites and looks at them and goes, who says, well, that's where? Yeah. So you go, what the fuck? You look at them and you go, fuck, I've got to troll through all this stuff again, and I don't really know what's going to happen at the other end.
So on the average day,
Yeah?
overwhelmed.
Yeah, overwhelmed. Their status, yeah, they are. They're somebody who wants to delight somebody else, that's worried. And over here, they're a superstar because they pulled it off. Yeah. Just making sense? Yeah. You do have to drag it out yourself a little bit sometimes. Yeah? So what they have afterwards, is they have time to look forward to their most amazing holiday that they're ever going to have and to surprise their partner. They're going to feel amazing because now they can chill out, look forward to the drive, stop off on the way, whatever it is, and really know they're going to get looked after afterwards. So they're going to feel amazing. The average day, well, they can just forget about it, get on with their life, and their status is a holiday superstar or something. Yeah?
Thank you.
Yeah? So you've got to, when's the last thing I bought was a car, a great expense, which John will tell you. right? So this is the first car that I bought since my XR2 when I was 18. Anyone know what an XR2 is? Anyone remember that? Right? XR2, before I had 3 children, right? And this is the first car that I bought, and I bought it because it was a convertible. And so it was the first car for me. Somebody dropped a door on it, strangely enough, but that's not true. So it's the first car for me, and I didn't buy it because I, just fancied another car. I bought it because I wanted to drive, and it drives well, doesn't it? I wanted to drive in a convertible, in a car where I didn't have to think about the kids, and off I went, right? So there's a huge amount of feeling, which was only about $4,000 or whatever. Nice car though. But the bottom line is I bought through a feeling. Do your coaching people want to be failed coaches, or they just want to be superstars who are living their dream? That's the journey. Yeah, it's an emotional purchase. But actually, most things you do are an emotional purchase. They really are. So does that make sense? If you can work this, work it, I guarantee this will form the basis of every advert that you do. The advert that I showed you, which is kind of that one there, don't really touch that at the minute. That just goes because we've got the wording right. We split tested, as you can see, 6 adverts there. Some worked, some didn't, all that kind of stuff. We looked at the image. On Facebook in particular, it's the image. That image there is the one that we'll also find in some of our ads. Spiritual people, we love that woo-woo shit, don't we? Yeah, we just do. We see a sunset and we fall in love all over again. Purple, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Mention a chakra and we're anybody's. So, yeah. So, yeah.
And orange should be, mind control colors.
Love and harmony, darling, not mind control. So, yeah. So yeah, but think about that, right? So does that make sense? How much time have we got? We're okay? We're okay, all right. So, does that make sense? Work it, pull it out of yourself. Imagine that you are the person who has failed. You've failed, you haven't achieved it. How do you feel? And the worse they feel, the more you'll sell. If you can articulate that bit there well. Yeah? In pain, mostly, out of pain. So, let's move on to try traffic system. So this is about different types of traffic. So who's been dating lately? Not me, I've got a girlfriend. Who's been dating lately? Anybody? All right, nobody's dating. You're all single or married? Or happily? No? All right, okay, fair enough. So none of you have been, right, I'll have to do it for them. Right, so when you go dating, everybody, do you, normally, unless you're on Tinder, do you go straight from a swipe right or left or wherever the hell it is? Do you do that straight to doing the old dance of love and jumping on the bones the same day? The likelihood is probably not. There's normally a process, okay, before you meet them, talk to them, like them, do the dance of love, go out for a little bit, get engaged, get married, move in, or whatever it is. There's a process, isn't there? Yeah. When was the last time you bought anything of significance? Mine was a car. Anybody else? Computer. Okay, cool. And what did you do in order to decide to buy that?
I saw it and there was information that I wanted.
Say that again. So you.
Their information that I required.
So you saw it.
Yeah. I recognised I needed it to get to where I wanted to go.
Okay, cool. So you had a kind of internal dialogue.
Yeah.
That means dialogue in my mind. Yeah. What else did you do? You felt okay about spending the money?
There was I weighed up the pros and cons. Is it going to get me more than my return?
Sure. Okay. And if it was sold by someone like Frank Kern or somebody, I mean, you might not like Frank Kern, but somebody who's recognised in the business as providing really good quality stuff.
May not have had so much of a thing.
Okay.
It was mainly the content and feeling about the person rather than the.
Okay. Feeling. So during that process, and whether you buy a pair of jeans or you go decide where you go on a holiday or whatever, you have a process. You know, has anyone studied NLP? NLP? Yeah, it's all about predicates, processes, all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't matter what you do. Before you decided to come here, you had a process that you took. And the thing about Facebook and the Facebook pixel and tracking is that it mirrors the human relationships that we have, and that's why it works so well. So when you meet somebody for the first time, okay, they're cold to you, aren't they? Can we just use that analogy? They're cold. They don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, they've only just met you, like me and you. So what happens is they're cold. Now online, when somebody sees an advert of yours, then if they don't know you, do you think you should be asking for their email or, you know, asking for a kind of information or kind of asking anything of them? No, because they don't know you. They're cold. So if I went to a networking meeting and said to somebody, hey, how about you marry me? They go, hey, creepy, right? Because we're cold, right? So the job of the advert, the video, remember the traffic system? You do a video first. The goal of the video is to cold traffic and you warm them up. Yes?
Time. How long?
Time.
How long do you court them before you go to the next?
Oh, about a minute. About a minute. Honestly, this could happen within 5 minutes.
Speed dating.
Speed, whew, online dating, big time. This could happen in 5 minutes or a year. Absolutely. Depends on what you're selling, the price of what you're selling, depends on your relationship with the person, that type of thing. But essentially, so somebody can see a video of me, download my book. We've gone from cold, seen a video, download my book, and then they've gone and bought something. That could happen within 10 minutes. But they've still gone through the process. Yeah, they've still gone through that process. So when somebody wants to rent a room, get skincare, be coached, whatever it is, you need to take them through this process. Who likes being sold to? No. As John would say, selling is illegal. You cannot do it. Because that means as soon as they meet you online and you try and sell them, oversell them, they ping off and they never come back again. You must be very gentle. You must introduce them to a video, cold traffic. Now, when you warm them up, do you speak in the same way, in the same tone, with the same kind of body language to somebody that you know, warm, or don't know, or is it different? It's different. So your advert should be different. How you speak to the advert in this. So the first advert we talked about, in the old traffic system, is essentially you'll have a video. And what you're saying is, hi, this is who I am. This is what I do. Here's some information to introduce me to you. You're not saying, oh, and by the way, give me this and give me that and give me that. That's all you're doing. The second advert, they've seen you and you might say hi. And so you might say in a video or the text, hi again. Yeah, hi again. Nice to meet you again. Thanks for watching my video. Because you can make sure the people who see the second ad have watched your video. That's the key to Facebook pixels and other things. So you can say, hi, I hope you enjoyed the video. By the way, I've got part of my chapter of my new book about how to get your business from A to B. Would you like to download a chapter? If they say yes, off they go into your sales funnel, where you build the relationship. If they say no, who's been chased around the internet? Did it piss you off? Yeah? Yes, it's great though, isn't it? You send them another advert here, which is a retargeting ad, saying, and the text you need, and you might want to write this down, the text you need to put in is, hey, we noticed you didn't, blah, blah, blah. And it will freak them out. But the point is, it will get their attention. Hey, notice we didn't book your room in Leighton Buzzard from Cornwall. Not surprised, really. I'd rather go the other way. But we noticed you didn't book your room. Did something happen? Who's got an online shop or thinking about an online shop? Yeah? Okay, cool. So you have this on the checkout page of your shop. If somebody drops out of the checkout process, you have a pixel. You create an audience that says, hey, we noticed you didn't. Has anyone had that? We noticed you didn't fulfill your order. Facebook pixel in action. Because most people use Facebook at work during the day. Their boss comes in, they need the loo. If they're at home, their kids come, whatever. You've got to presume that they did actually want to buy. You presume they did want to sign up. That's what you do. And the conversions just get better and better and better and better and better. Yes?
How many times do you loop that? Because after a while it really gets...
Depends on the size of the audience. There's something called frequency in Facebook ads. And frequency is how many times people see it, and it's like 4 maximum. So on the stats, if you go on Facebook, go into the performance, and it says 5 or 6, it's when people are clicking off the ad, and the cost goes through the roof. So you need to avoid, that's part of managing the whole thing. Does that make sense? So have you ever had it where you say, I don't want to see this advert, and they say, why? Yeah, that's when the frequency is too high. Yeah? Is that helpful? Makes sense? Yeah? So the cold is the video. Watch my laser. I love a laser. The warm is the first advert here that says, hey, hope you enjoyed the video. Hi, it's Dave again. I hope you enjoyed the video because, you know, and that can be a video also, of course. And then if they don't buy, you retarget them to say, hey, we noticed you didn't. ABC, follow the action. Yeah, still freaks me out when I see it. But I'm far more inclined to then go, oh yeah, actually, you know what, I really wanted to do that, but I didn't because I ran out of time or whatever it is. This is the way, this system here, set up properly and effectively, is a way to target anybody in any country for any product. But really when it's tied in with something like that. Yeah, so can you see the power of that once you start to work and get this right? Yeah. So think about the adverts, think about your, think about the text, think about the images that you're using. All of them on Facebook. Facebook's very image driven. What colours do you think you should avoid, particularly here where people aren't actively looking for you or recognise you? What colours should you avoid in your pictures? Red. Sorry? Red. No. Blue? Somebody say blue? Yeah, what colour's Facebook? Yeah, blue and white. Don't do blue and white pictures. Yeah? Bold pictures that make people stand out. Yeah? We're doing adverts for a company that do tantric training, and I've been on their courses, and you should go. And, very enlightening, very enjoyable, and the image that we picked for that was a black and white image of two people cuddling with tattoos. And we did that because it just stops people dead. And their click-through rate is enormous. And it's not really actually about sex, it's about relating, if you like. So think about the images, think about what you're doing. And again, so you can see that this is really a puzzle. It's a puzzle, putting the puzzle together. So in terms of content, who feels overwhelmed by content that they might have to produce online? No, you don't, nobody feels, really? Yeah, I do sometimes, bloody hell. Right, okay. So what you need to do, my advice to you is forget the content. For this second. You want to take pictures of me?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, come on then. Yeah, that's
We done?
a nice one.
Right, so forget the content. Forget the content. What I want you to do is think about paid advertising, okay? So paid advertising, it's like a tree. This is the tree. The core of your business comes through paid advertising. Around the outside, the flowers, all that kind of stuff, that's called social media. Okay, you need both, you do need both, but don't feel overwhelmed by this. You can put up a post today. Who's heard of Buffer? Heard of Buffer? Yeah, Buffer, free of charge. You can pay somebody a couple of quid or fill that up yourself free of charge. It will fill up the tree so it looks lovely. Yeah, it talks in the right language, it's got the right images, that type of thing. But through the middle of it, you're driving, the core of your business is driven through leads. Advertising is not social media. Does that make sense? Yeah, don't feel over. Put 1 or 2 posts up a day or pay somebody else to do it. You'll be fine, honestly. You do not have to do loads of content. The content that you should be doing, you should be thinking of what content should I do for cold traffic, what content should I do for warm traffic, and what content should I do for hot traffic. Hot traffic's people who have paid you, they love you. Yeah, they might even have an affiliate program for them. So, cold traffic, social media updates, videos. You can get a video view for 0.001 of a penny. Yeah, a tenth of a penny. Yeah, if that is what that is. A tenth of a penny on a video. Get out to 20,000 people for 20 quid. Yeah, you want to go networking and get that? No, we don't. Content videos, podcasts, as you've seen, that's what I've used in my business. That's what myself and John also do as well. And also, Chris does some amazing podcasts also. We all do amazing podcasts. That does it there. Right, so from there, you then do a lead magnet. You offer them something, a book, anything at all, yeah? Make sure it's relevant to the market. You then drop them into something like a webinar where they've got to spend a little bit more time. Because the difference here is, as you move down the sales funnel and you move into these areas, they're spending more time with you. Have you noticed that? So first of all, here's a free book, and you might read it or not. Hey, come and watch this video, and it might be an hour. Hey, come spend a day with me, and it might be a day. You know what I mean? What you're actually doing is they're spending more time with you. It's like a relationship, amazingly enough. It is a relationship, yeah? And from there, so that's where you get leads and you're making some money. And here's where you're doing your high ticket dollar offer in the hot market. You would not try and sell something like a paid webinar to somebody who's never met you, would you? Just wouldn't. Yeah? Does that make sense? Is that logical? Yeah? So who feels, if you were to do 2 social media updates a day, you might even want to outsource it. Get someone to produce a lead magnet, do the ads, and then you're offering, making money here. Does that feel overwhelming in terms of Facebook ads and Facebook marketing? Or has that simplified it maybe a little bit? Yes, no? Has it simplified it? Yes? So I don't know if you tell me. Yes? Okay. So any questions so far? No? Yes.
Numbers.
Numbers?
Yeah. In order to get like 5 in the red, what do you aim for?
Well, you might hit, if you're going from, so it depends on your market and your status in the market. If you're known as an expert, it's going to be different. But generally you might say from cold traffic, they don't know you, if you can get 10% of people to sign up off the bat, yeah, straight away, that's cool. If you can make that work in your business, and then you might go up from there. The conversion rate, you're looking at 1 and 2% maybe. But that's, again, what you've got to think about is at the front of your, so you've got your advert, so that goes out, 10% sign up, and say you want 2% to give you money. You've got to work it out per business and how much you're getting in this type of thing. So my business here, the example, it costs me about 50p to get a lead, yeah? So that's, if I spend 100 quid, it's like, what's that, 50? No, 500. As long as I make out of that more than £100, if I'm making £101, I've got an online business, yeah? And you can do that in any business at all. And one of the keys is to put the pixels on the right pages. I mentioned about pixels, a little bit of code that you can track and create audiences out of. So if somebody's landed on this page, you can create an audience and say, only send this advert to the people who have landed on that page to remind them to come back again. Your presumption is everyone wants to buy everything from you. It is, yeah? But you only must not oversell too quickly. If they don't know you, they're not going to give you money. Ain't going to happen. Why would it? Yeah, if they don't know, like, and trust you. So if we go back here, this here, if you can work this, you really can make great adverts that convert like gangbusters. But you've just got to work it and test it. From here, make sure that the different adverts and the different offerings you have online match with the relationship that you're in with the person. Yeah, makes sense? Yeah? And the thing to do is video. Don't do video if you're rubbish. Get somebody else to do it. Yeah? By that I mean don't stand up and do a video and talk if you're rubbish at it. Right? It's just going to annoy people. If you're good at it, do it. It's fantastic. People love it. If you're not, avoid it like the plague. So, if we go back to the questions, can I understand? So landing page or group, it's landing page first and then group. Because nobody's going to get into group with you, which is warm stuff, unless they know you. Yeah? So it might be that they start off, they download your book and you immediately invite them in. That's cool, that follows the cycle, but you couldn't do it the other way on. Yeah, the pixel. Does that answer your question kind of in terms of the pixel without getting too technical?
Sort of, I don't know how to
apply it?
Analyse what the pixels do.
Okay, all right. The easiest pixel to do is a conversion pixel. Yeah. So.
Would you mind if you take us a step back and explain what a pixel is or what it
Absolutely.
does and how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. So a pixel is a piece of code. Right. We'll use that as a piece of code. Yeah. On a page, which is a digital product, you can put that code and you can tell Facebook to track it. Make sense? Yeah? So if somebody a person lands on this page, then essentially that pixel goes into their browser and you can follow them around online, essentially. If this page here is a landing page, so you know the first page here, and then make it simple, we've got a thank you page. So this is, say this is a product page when you're selling something. They come to this page and there's a pixel on it. As soon as they give you money, they land on this page here, which has also got a pixel on it. Everyone okay so far? Yeah? So from here, they sign up, the person gives you money, and then they go to the thank you page. And what you tell Facebook to do is to call that process a conversion. Yeah? You decide what it's worth and all that, but that's what it is. So when you're doing a Facebook advert, you can say to Facebook, please target people who have credit cards. Please target people who like these types of products. And when you're doing that, essentially what you're doing is you're telling and programming Facebook to do that, and it will find the right people, the best people possible from its data to give you that. Does that make sense? If this is the landing page and they go to pay, okay, so this is where they actually give you the money, so the person goes to that page and they log out, sadly without giving you the money, you can create another conversion that says people who go to this page but not this page, I want you to follow them around and say, hey, we noticed you didn't buy. Yeah?
Throw something in, sorry. My name's John Kennedy, I work with David and with Christian. I just want to throw something into this, and that is that in business, all success is reverse engineered. End. All success is reverse engineered, which means that you start with your finish line. Yeah. So in starting with your finish line, okay, what will living the dream look like? How will your business, your life look like when you've won? Which is why all success is reverse engineered. So those that have a crystal clear picture of what success looks like to them, that they can see so vividly, that they can feel it, touch it, smell it, hear it, that vivid, they get it. And really, just punctuating what David's doing here, in terms of the marketing, it's reverse engineered. So if you're trying to help people to grow and achieve their dreams, you have to know who that person is. Yes, we can help everyone, but that's a very, very vivid way of not achieving true success. Sorry, go on.
So give me the end, might be.
Yeah, absolutely. Always, always, always. It's just the law. It's what David and I do. So in marketing, it's about reverse engineering what you want. Now, at the end of the day, you want your business to make money. That's the given. How much money? Well, once you work out how much money that you want to earn in 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, 12 months, 1 month, then you know how many customers you need. And that's the crucial part. So you must reverse engineer. How many customers do you need to live your dream?
And that goes back to the model, which I'm saying you can't separate out your business model from Facebook ads.
So once you know how many customers you need, how many people you want to serve, then it's a case of working out, it's just maths. It's just maths. It's just then working out, well, if I need 10 customers a year, a month, or a day, I need to have a system in place that I can tell them I exist, because you can be absolutely the best person at what it is that you do in property, or it doesn't matter what it is. But if you're a secret, you're never going to make money. And that's what David's really taking you through here. And I just want to punctuate this, because when he talks about pixeling and this, that, and the other, you think, oh my God. Certainly for me, it's overwhelming, which is why I work with David. It just does that. But the architecture of what he's showing you, that's where you can truly make your marketing work. What's the purpose of marketing? What's the purpose of marketing? It's to tell people you exist, specifically those that are going to buy what it is that you sell or serve. Yeah, so it doesn't matter what it is, service, product, doesn't matter. So then it's just a case that it's just numbers. So if you look at the funnel, how many people need to know you exist before they come through to say, actually I like you and what you do? And how many people end up purchasing, investing in you and what it is that you do? So that's where it's just numbers. If I need to talk to 1,000 people because my conversion ratio is 1 in 10, then I'm going to get 100 customers. So
and that is the beauty, I said earlier, is that Facebook mirrors that process. And we don't want to get too technical tonight, if you like, but that's why Facebook ads work more than Google ads. You know, Facebook's overtaken that because Facebook does that. It allows you to start with the end in mind and then reverse engineer. Cool. Yes.
Can you split test your target market if you're not really sure?
Yeah, you should split test everything. Yeah, absolutely. Age, a lot of the stuff we do is by age. Under 50, over 50, under 40, over 40, male, female. Depends on the market, depends what it is they're doing. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, are we Chris, we're running out of time, aren't we? So, okay, so you've got, I mean, I absolutely want to, whether you know, because I'm going to show you what we do and how we could work together if you wanted to. There's absolutely no pressure on it at all. We only do a limited amount of it because actually we don't want to work with that many people. But you can either do the old way or the new way. I would suggest that if you want to grow your business, then dump all other marketing and focus online. And at the minute, focus on Facebook because it's where the people are. So the new way of marketing is, you know, there's no other way to go. What we're thinking of doing is doing a done-for-you service because people actually don't know how to do this and you know, it's quite complicated. So what we're going to do is help people understand the purpose of their of the advertising that they're doing online. We're going to implement Tri-Traffic system and help people actually get the right plan going. We're going to help them get to the right people, split test and understand what that is. We're going to create and manage and run all 3 sets of adverts for people, and we're going to make it so that it's risk-free, i.e. we're going to talk to you about your model as well, because if your model's right, there's no risk in doing advertising. But before we get to that, are there any questions about, I know we haven't gone too deep, too technical, but are there any questions about what we've talked about so far? None at all? Really? No? Okay, cool. So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about leads. This is all about leads. It's not so, we're not offering to do social media for people. We just don't do that. But it is about lead generation and trying to come up with something along those kind of lines. So this is something that we're doing just with Christian's group. Yeah. So we're doing, we started 4 weeks. We're only doing 15 places. Okay. So this is going out to the rest of the group. So we're going to do the setup. Going to set up the pages. We're going to set up all the pixels. We're going to set up all the audiences and do all that stuff, so that you don't have to do any of that, so that you get this process going, okay, and it doesn't noodle your brain. So if you're confused about how to do this and how to make it work, if a bit like John, looking at this stuff just makes you want to drink beer, then after this you'll be able to completely chill out and relax because it'll all be done for you. Yeah, yeah. So it will allow you to feel confident about what you're doing online, and I think that's key. So it kind of removes the risk. So we're going to do, normally we charge that. For Christian, we're doing it for that. This is essentially a month-by-month thing. We're only going to do it for 6 months. People can cancel any time that they like, but the proof is it took me 3 months to dial in my own advertising system on my businesses. So we're going to do coaching with me. We're going to get your model right. We're going to look at exactly how you can build a business, how it can work for you. I can bring my 20 years experience of online marketing to bear in that coaching session. So it's a 6-month plan. We start in 4 weeks and we're gathering interest and numbers. So from there, that might be a new website. That's what I'm saying, isn't it, Chris? Yeah, so that actually might be a new website if you don't have one already. That will include the email marketing and the hosting and anything we can get, so you don't have to do anything at all. Okay, it's not hundreds of campaigns, qualify that, because it is a low price, if you like, but it is to run a campaign to help get you in the right direction, so that instead of being a struggling business owner, you end up being somebody who is confident, who's making money, and who can actually relax and enjoy their business. And they can see their business grow, which I presume is everything that you want as well. So that's the sales pitch. There's nothing else after that. So if you're interested, come and see you, Chris, I think is the... Yeah, throwing that in there. I mean, you can come and ask me questions afterwards, and that's absolutely cool.
On your feedback forms,
there you are.
If you just want to have a chat, ask more questions.
There's no pressure at all, but it's a good offer. It's a good offer to run that for you. So just finally, so any questions at all? Any questions? No? Okay, cool. If you do have any specific questions, you can put them on the feedback form about Facebook, and I can maybe answer those. But hopefully that's helpful for you. And thank you for your time, and maybe look forward to working with some of you. Okay. Thanks very much. Thank you.